the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Good evening and welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, once again, the Swift Motorsports drivers hit the track in the RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series here at No Limits Texas Motor Speedway. Race number 3 here in season number 2 for Swift Motorsports. Multiple drivers out there shaking down their cars for the final few moments here in Happy Hour. How you doing? How you feeling out there, race fans? As always, Darkside Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from the track side here tonight in the Xfinity Series for Swift Motorsports. Looks like we've got a few drivers with some trouble out there into the outside wall, skating down through the field. Let's go down trackside. As you see some of these cars there, you see one of them pulling to a stop on the inside. Multiple drivers out there. Looks like about final 1.5 minutes left here in Happy Hour, so we'll run down some of the official business for you here tonight. There you see it, the Alamo 116 here tonight for the Swift Motorsports RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Big time shout out to all the sponsors out here in Swift Motorsports, RIGS, Hyperdrive Racing, as well as Ayers Eye Racing Paints and Performance Motorsports, sponsoring the Truck Series running last night. A little bit further back across the country over at Richmond International Raceway, two very, great races is the best way to say it. Few cautions there last night in the Truck Series, but task at hand. These drivers here tonight gonna see who can tackle this very fast, a little bit tricky new configuration at Texas Motor Speedway. This 1.5 mile D-shaped oval may throw a few drivers for a loop, especially down in turns 1 and 2 where the apron has been opened up, or I should say track has been opened up. Now apron very close to that inside wall. Look for drivers to get down there, try to gain an advantage, but you got to be careful about the car unloading, getting down into the center of the corner. A little more official business before we head into your 5-minute qualifying session for tonight's Alamo 116. Your championship standings look a little something like this coming into tonight's race, and there you have it. Checkered flag being flown out there for Happy Hour. Last week's race winner, Tommy Haynes, sitting on top of the points standings right now coming into tonight's race number 3 in season number 2. John Wimbish right there, just 1 point behind. Close battle between the 51-44 of Jason Arson as well as John Furness. Justin Gain right there, knocking on the door of a top 5 in the point standings. And as drivers hit the track, we'll head down and watch, see who can get what done out there tonight. There you see on track already, rolling off very slow here, Michael Mueller. We'll see who else is out there on track right now. Looks like the 00 of Nick Hunt, Michael Robinson, as well as David Cameron. Lee Staples also out there on track. So I tell you what, let's go with one of these drivers out there getting some speed as of right now. That 00 of Nick Hunt down into turn 3 and 4, up to speed now. Stephen Ayers Jr.'s Danny Rogers, Austin Hill, Mike Franklin, Casey Duncan, all also on the track right now. Track very, very busy place here tonight. Already drivers jumping out there trying to take that provisional pole. Try to set themselves up as best as they can to lead a lap. Get an early point in the bag. Danny Rogers goes top of the speed charts, 29.76 quick time. First time lap for Rogers. Let's see where Nick Hunt can shake out. Gonna cross the line that time by, and transponder coming through. Hunt gonna go second on the speed charts, now getting knocked to third. Austin Hill, top of the speed charts now. Cade Sane out there as well. Jonathan Cogswell joining these drivers in his qualifying attempt. Jason Ayerson out on track. John Wimbish beginning his time lapse as well. Nick Hunt gonna cross the line, go fourth on the speed charts for his second time lap. Let's see if we can't jump out there with Stephen Ayers Jr. He's actually coming to a stop, so we'll jump now to Jim Ott, driver in that Ford machine out of Michigan, trying to lay down his best attempt at taking the pole away here tonight. John Furness sitting on top of the speed charts. Quick time, 29:57 for Furness right there. That one Chevy Camaro looking sporty out there tonight, already on the top of the speed charts. Jim Ott going to come off of turn number 4, head back through the tri-oval. The Ford machine going to cross the line. Can he improve that 9th position? Yes, he does, but only to 8th. As we reach about 2 minutes left here, let's see where Tommy Haynes can go. Your points leader coming into tonight's race. Last week's race winner. Let's see if Haynes can repeat the magic. Let's see if he can make his way back to victory lane. Very different layout here from what Haynes won at last week. They were at Homestead Miami Speedway. I apologize. This week, shorter, confined racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Haynes going to go 9th on the speed charts. He's going to have to make up quite a bit here on his second time lap. "22 drivers already on the scoring charts as we reach right outside the 60 seconds remaining here in your qualifying session for Swift Motorsports RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Crossing the line. Does he improve? And no, Haynes just going to stay right there in 9th. Nobody for your pole sitter right now, as we've got Nigel Christensen. He's making his way off of pit road. It's going to be very tough for him to get in any qualifying time here before the red flag is displayed, so we'll keep an eye on that. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to break away for a brief commercial break. Head down trackside for your national anthem. Then we'll get set to fire things off here tonight at No Limits Texas Motor Speedway in the Alamo 116. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
So proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And yes, indeed, on mute that entire time running down the starting lineup. I do apologize, race fans. Oh my, oh my. Under caution for the first time here tonight, early at Texas Motor Speedway. Do apologize about the mic being muted there, but we'll continue to soldier on. I won't do it again, I promise you that. Multiple drivers down pit road after a few drivers involved in an early incident. Edward Bray nails that outside wall in that 5 machine. Absolutely pancakes the right side. Takes a few drivers around with him. The 8 caught up. No front clip on his machine. Bob Deuce, Casey Duncan, John Wimbish, David Camara, all involved in that incident as well. We have got multiple drivers already behind that pit wall. That is going to cause some big-time shake-up through the points. Multiple big names involved in this early incident here tonight. Do want to send a shout out there to Napa Know-How After Dark. Thanks for letting me know that there was no audio. My mic was muted. Do appreciate that. Good looking out, buddy. Glad you could all be here. Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Very early here in the Alamo 116 for the RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series presented by SwiftMotorSports. These drivers, a little bit of nerves, a little bit of, I don't want to call it rust, but last week the track much different. Homestead Miami Speedway races much different than what this track does, and just getting a little bit out of shape coming through that tri-oval, pounding the outside wall with the right side of his machine. The 5 of Edward Bray is going to be back behind pit wall for quite some time. Or actually, I apologize, the 5, Lee Staples. I do apologize for that one. Edward Bray was caught up in that incident, but he continues to soldier on. That 66 machine running in the 18th spot right now. Not a lot of big movers, not a lot of shakeup at the front of the field from what your starting lineup was here tonight. Pole sitter John Furness continues to lead the race. Austin Hill up 1 spot from where he started tonight in the 2nd position. Michael Mueller dropped that spot to Austin Hill. He'll find himself in the 3rd spot here for this restart. Danny Rogers up 1 position as well, taking the spot away from Justin Gann. Gann going to start in the inside row, 3rd car back, running in the 5th position. The 00 of Nick Hunt will start just to his outside. Cade Sire right there running in the 7th position. As the field gets double file, Gab's going to get smaller. We're going to go back. Green flag racing once again here at Texas Motor Speedway. Pace car gonna make that left-hand turn here in just about 30 seconds or so, and we'll get set to fire things back off once again here in the Alamo 116. Ford Mustang pace car ducks off field in the hands of your race leader, John Furness, waiting for the green flag and on the gas. Green flag back in the air here at Texas Motor Speedway. Lap number 7 underway now. Field at the front. A little bit of separation for your race leader. Side-by-side battle for the 2nd spot. Michael Mueller looking to the inside of Austin Hill. The 61 going to go up the track. Nick Hunt fired out of a cannon on that restart. He's up to 4th. Danny Rogers just behind him in 5th. Justin Gann in 6th. Big contest all over this racetrack right here. Mike Franklin battling for a spot inside the top 15. He's now got the 14th position. Make that 13th as he grabs another spot. Nick Hunt closes right in on that rear deck lid of Michael Mueller. More side-by-side battles going on back here throughout the field right around the 9th. 10th position on track here. Tommy Haynes looking to make his way by Jason Ayerson in that familiar orange 44 machine. That Chevy Camaro looking sporty here early inside the top 10. Wyatt Mickelson right there trying to pressure Arson into a mistake, not having it just yet. Keeping an eye on everything at the front of the field. There you can see a small battle beginning to develop. Danny Rogers has got Justin Gann closing in on him. A lot of mix-up going on back here, back of the field, rear of the pack. Stephen Ayers Jr. trying to make his way by Casey Duncan. Jonathan Cogswell back here as well. Edward Bray, John Owimbish, David Camara, Brian Jablowski right there as well. All these cars lined up with each other, battling for position. Few of them have already been involved in an earlier incident here tonight, so soldiering on, trying to get what they can, do what they can. A very long season here for Swift. Oh, and into the outside wall. Into the outside wall, I believe that may have been Stephen Ayers Jr. into that outside wall with a scrape 3 wide for the moment. As David Camara makes his way by, and Ayers Jr. into that outside wall, scraping up that right side just a little bit more after some early trouble here tonight. Back at the front of the field, the battle is underway for the race lead. John Furness has it, but Austin Hill has run him down. That has brought Michael Mueller right along with him. Top 3 breaking away from Nick Hunt. Hunt back about 1 second from the race leader, 6/10 behind Michael Mueller. He enjoys a 1.3 second gap back to Justin Gann, so no pressure for Hunt. He can focus right in on these top 3 drivers and try to run them down as Furness continues to lead the laps here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway, walking away with the pole here tonight for the Alamo 116. Gonna look a little further through the field, go back here, back around the 18th position. David Camara, Casey Duncan battling for position on track right there. There you see no front clip on that 18 machine. He was involved in the incident that brought out our first and only caution here tonight, and he continues to try to take some spots away. Front clip or no front clip, he is laying it down. Gonna jump back to the front, battle for the top spot. Austin Hill looks to the outside, not gonna be able to get there. That battle's gonna go away. Hill gonna have to look for another way around. Furness very good up there in that clean air as Michael Mueller begins to fall to the wayside just a little bit. These top 2 drivers beginning to step away from your 3rd place runner, Michael Mueller. Nick Hunt not really able to close any distance in on Mueller. Short distance back to this man right here running in the 5th position, Justin Gann, in that 30 machine, looking to find his way somehow up there to that back end of Nick Hunt. 3 drivers stacked up right behind them. Danny Rogers, Cade Sayer, and Tommy Haynes all battling for position. That's 6th, 7th, 8th on track right now as we continue this green flag run after an early caution on lap number 3. We continue this green flag run now. Cade Sayer trying to take that spot away from Danny Rogers, but Rogers having none of it. Gonna look back a little further in the field as we've got more battles to showcase here tonight. Michael Robinson trying to close the distance in on Mike Franklin, Jonathan Cogswell, as well as Nigel Christensen right here in this battle. Oh, contact! There you see contact between Jonathan Cogswell and Michael Robinson. Robinson getting the short end of the stick on that one, a little bit out of shape. The 25 goes to the top of the track. That's going to open the door for the 27 as well as the 20 machine of Nigel Christensen, as Michael Robinson falling back into the clutches of John Wimbish and David Camara, running in the 16th and 17th spot on track. Keeping our eye at the front of the field as we continue green flag racing here tonight. Austin Hill trying to hound your race leader, trying to force a mistake, but Furness not having any of it, liking the clean air. That Chevy Camaro looking pretty good out there in the front of the field. It's a mixed bag for your top six. 3 Chevys, 3 Toyotas. First forward in the field back here, this man right here, Brandon Freeze, running in the 10th position on track as they are right now. And we'll continue to keep up with the manufacturers where they're all at, where they're all running. But right now, Texas Motor Speedway looks like it is definitely a Chevy and Toyota show. Back right in front of Jason Ayerson, Tommy Haynes, Cade Sayer. They continue to battle on track. Wyatt Mickelson just behind. As Brandon Freeze, he's going to take that spot away from Mickelson, put Freeze into the 9th spot. Mickelson going to fall to that final spot in the top 10 as we continue this green flag run here after an early caution on lap number 3. Furnace, your pole sitter, still enjoys the race lead. 0.3 of a second for your race leader, Furnace. We'll continue to look through the timing and scoring there. You can see a battle, 2-3 car battle going on right now. That is Casey Duncan, Michael Robinson, David Camara, all battling for position on track. Race fans, all of these drivers right here, these 3 drivers and a handful of them just off in front, involved in that early incident on about lap number 3, coming to lap number 3, involved in an incident and stuck in the side, got a thorn in the side, so to speak, very early here at No Limits Texas Motor Speedway in the Alamo 116. For Swift Motorsports, RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series, the 27 goes up the track. Cogswell opening the door for a train of cars here. The 18 looking to capitalize, not going to be able to get there in time. Duncan going to stay right there in that 18th spot as we watch this long train of cars continue around this track. Jumping back to the front of the field, there you see it. John Furnace, your race leader, continues to keep Austin Hill in the dirty air right there, 0.2 off of his rear deck lid. Furnace continuing to lay it down the laps and keep the dirty air on the front end of that 61 machine. There you have a look back from your race leader back at Hill. Just behind them, off in the distance, there you can see Michael Mueller. He is fading away from these top 2 drivers who are continuing to just absolutely lay it down with the lap times here. And that's a look back from your race leader back at the 61 of Austin Hill, running in the 2nd spot. And since we gave you a look at what it looks like from that perspective, we'll go to one of our onboard cameras here with Austin Hill. There you seen the gap from the front view. Here's the back front, the gap from the back view. Austin Hill trying to close that distance. 0.3 of a second, never looked further away. Gaps beginning to develop through the field. 1.8 seconds back to this man on screen. Michael Mueller, he's got his 51 machine sitting pretty right now in that final podium position, but still a very long way to go here tonight. Race fans in a battle looking to develop right here. Nick Hunt, Justin Gann, they're running with each other nose to tail, 4th and 5th on track. And as said, that will be the rundown for your top 5 here on lap number 28 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. How you doing? How you feeling out there, race fans? Glad you could all join us, whether you're just stopping by. Fan, friend, family, we appreciate each and every one of you joining us here tonight. And if you haven't already, go ahead and throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Watching the battle for the 4th and 5th position on track. There you can see Danny Rogers and Cade Sire. They're battling for positions as well. That's 6th and 7th. Brandon Fries, he's got a little bit of ways to go to try to catch up. About 2.5 seconds to catch up to Sayer. Not sure if Fries is going to be able to run him down here on this green flag run. Jason Ayerson right there now beginning to run down Fries. So that's going to be a battle. Let's go check this battle out here as the 44 of Ayerson was able to make his way into the top 10, step away from Wyatt Mickelson, who is now under fire from Tommy Haynes. These are two of your closest battles on track. Just behind them, what a recovery. John Wimbish now knocking on the door of a top 10. We'll take a look back here with that 56 of Wimbish. The fast Ford being piloted by John Wimbish has made his way back into the 12th spot as they run right now. After being caught up and involved in that early race incident, he has recovered quite well. David Cameron just behind them. Nigel Christensen battling with him. Casey Duncan right there running in that top 15 spot. 16th, David Camara, Edward Bray. 17th, 18th is Jonathan Cogswell. Michael Robinson running in 19th. 20th is Bob Deuce. Back at the front, it's a three-way battle here. Oh my goodness. Justin Gann was able to make the pass, and look at him skate away. Gann now all the way up into that 3rd position. Danny Rogers, Michael Mueller, Nick Hunt all battling right behind them. There you can see it right there. Mueller losing some time, losing some ground late in the run. We'll throw the battle box up for you right there. You can keep track of the race distance between them. And as you can see, under a 1/10 of a second separating all of these drivers on track right now. 4th, 5th, and 6th battling as they make their way around some lap traffic. And it looks like we've got a little bit of an incident there. Looks like Mueller having some connection issues, so we'll see if we can't make sure that isn't on our end. No, it isn't. There it is. Once again, your top 5 here on lap number 34 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's Alamo 116. Your race leader, your pole sitter, driver of the one machine, John Furness. Driver running in that 2nd spot, still Austin Hill right there in that 61. Good showing so far here tonight for Hill. Back there in the 3rd spot, driver out of Virginia Beach, Virginia for X Racing, sponsored by RB Custom Rigs. Driver in that Toyota Super, Justin Gann. Back to the 4th place runner. There you can find the 95 of Danny Rogers. Rounding out your top 5 as they run the 00 of Nick Hunt. Drivers to pit road, Furnace to pit road, Hill to pit road, Rogers, Hunt. They all come to pit road. Justin Gann gonna stay out. Brandon Freeze gonna stay out. That'll put Freeze in the second. Tommy Haynes gonna stay out. He'll take over the third spot. Let's jump out with your race leader now as Gann continues this green flag run. The 30 machine trying to get up there, trying to get as much distance as he can, trying to put the hammer down. Looks like he's going to come to pit road this time by. What will Freeze do? He's going to stay out on track. Gann to pit road. What does Haynes do when he comes around? Looks like Haynes going to come to pit road as well. John Wimbish, Casey Duncan, what are they going to do? Wimbish to pit road. Duncan stays out. Edward Bray stays out. Jonathan Cogswell looks like he's going to stay out as well. So 4 drivers left to make their green flag pit stops here tonight in the Alamo 116 for Swift Motorsports RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. And Freeze gonna hit pit road that time by Casey Duncan. Making his way through turns 3 and 4 back through. Oh, big time moment there. Coming to pit road, my goodness. I believe that was Edward Bray getting a little bit out of shape coming to pit road. Gets it woed up in time though. No harm, no foul. We stay green flag racing here as your race leader Casey Duncan was involved in that early race incident here tonight. He stays out on the track. He enjoys a 15-second advantage right now. He's going to slow up, come to pit road, and that will complete the first green flag pit cycle here tonight at No Limits Texas Motor Speedway. Driver looking to regain the race lead. There you see John Furnace going to cross the line. He'll reassume that top spot, and he has absolutely put a hurting on the field coming to pit road. On and off pit road very well. He enjoys a 1.5 second race advantage over Austin Hill, still sitting in that second spot. Michael Mueller running in third, Danny Rogers in fourth, and Justin Gann now up to, well, Gann just made the pass on Rogers, so put Gann into fourth. Rogers gonna fall to the 5th spot. Gonna look around the track, see if we can't see some battles there. You can see Justin Gann closing the distance on the 31. Or I apologize, that's actually on the 51 of Michael Mueller. Mueller trying to stay right there in that final podium spot, but he has got some hungry drivers right behind him. Justin Gann, Danny Rogers, Nick Hunt gonna be there in just a moment. We continue this long green flag stretch after an early caution here tonight on lap number 3. And Looks like Trading Paints may be having some issues, so we'll see what we can't do about that for you. Let's see if we can't get that reloaded and going. Looks like Trading Paint's trying to update, trying to take care of its business. Do apologize for the brief moment, but continuing at the front of the field. The one of John Furness continues to lead tonight's race, but Austin Hill has begun to run him down, begun to close that distance. The 61 Toyota Supra looking sporty here as Justin Gann, he's going to join this party if he can. Gann running in a Toyota Supra as well, so that's 2 Supras out of your top 3. Chevy falling to the wayside just a little bit. Danny Rogers running in 4th, 6th, and 7th, 9th, and 10th, all Chevys. As Toyota starting to rise to the top here late in the runnings after our first round of green flag pit stops. Lap number 48 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's race distance. Do want to apologize once again, race fans. We'll make sure everything's going, everything's working here. And there you can see Trading Paint still trying to do its thing in the background. Do apologize. We'll get it all worked out, fixed up for you here as we continue green flag racing. Lap number 49 out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's Alamo 116 for Swift Motorsports, RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Only one caution here tonight, very early, lap number 3. That caught a handful of drivers out and put a handful of them behind the pit wall with some damaged vehicles. Lee Staples, hard impact, pancake the right side of his Chevy Camaro and put himself out of tonight's race. Terry Khan also out of the race here tonight. A little bit of house cleaning we had. 26 drivers take to tonight's starting grid. We've still got 24 drivers out there running on track. 13 drivers now left on the lead lap as your race leader continues to pick them up and put them down. John Furness walking away very close here, closing in on securing the point for the most laps led. And he's going to do so here in just the next few moments. And there it looks like things starting to catch back up. That Havoline machine, man, it looks a lot faster now with that paint scheme on it, don't it? I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. Back here to the driver sitting in the 3rd position. Final driver on the podium spot, Justin Gann and his Toyota Supra. About 6.8 seconds behind Austin Hill. So Gann gonna have to come up with a way to try to get his RIGS 30 Toyota Supra up and back around those top 2 drivers so he can have a shot at tonight's race win. Gonna go back through the track. Let's join closest battle on track right here between the 44 of Jason Ayerson and the 2 of Brandon Freeze. These 2 drivers make their way back into turns number 1 and 2. Freeze falling to the wayside just a little bit now. Closed the distance. Had a moment getting through the center of 3 and 4. He was able to corral the car, and there you can see him closing the distance once again, and his Serve Pro machine can Freeze get up there and take that 7th position away. And as I look through timing and scoring, big time shout out to John Wimbish, man. What a run so far here tonight. Wimbish, after being involved in that early incident has had to make his way through the field and has done so very well. Wimbish up into the 11th spot. Just about 1 second, it looks like. Yes, 1 second indeed. Back behind Tommy Haynes, who's running in that final top 10 position. So Wimbish slowly but surely clicking off the laps, clicking off the distance. Look for that 56 to be back inside the top 10 before the end of tonight's Alamo 116. Back at the front of the field, nobody around this man right here. Your race leader has it in hand. Well and clear, 1.8 seconds in front of Austin Hill. Justin Gann right there still in that third spot. Danny Rogers in fourth. Nick Hunt rounds out your top five. Michael Mueller running in the sixth spot. Jason Harrison in seventh. Eighth goes to Brandon Fries. Cade Sayer right there in ninth. Tommy Haynes rounds out your top 10. John Wimbish and Wyatt Mickelson round out the field for being, round out the drivers on the lead lap. As your race leader continues to put drivers' laps down, Casey Duncan now falling to the first car, 1 lap down in that lucky dog position. Back to this battle right here. It's a 2-car battle. As Mueller, he's had a little bit of trouble as of late, and he is beginning to fall through the field, falling from grace. Just past the halfway point here tonight in the Alamo 116 in Swift Motorsports RB Riggs Custom Computers Xfinity Series side by side through turns 3 and 4. Little bit of a blink there for that 51 of Mueller, as he's going to lose that spot. He's going to fall back now into the 8th position. Looking at the timing and scoring, this does look to be the closest battle on track. We'll try to stick with this one for as long as we can. See if we can't see anybody else out there heating up another driver. Looks like Danny Rogers slowly starting to close the distance on Justin Gann. That's going to be a battle for the 3rd spot here in the next handful of laps. And as we continue this green flag run, we've already had 1 cycle of green flag pit stops. When will we see these drivers hit pit road once again? Looks like they were on pit road about lap number 35, 36. So you're looking at about lap 75 or so before these drivers should have to come back down for fuel, and that should carry them all the way to the end of tonight's race. And now we've got another 3-car battle once again. Jason Harrison, Brandon Fries, Michael Mueller, they're battling for a spot on the track. Nick Hunt just in front of Harrison, and up the track goes the 10. 10 machine being scored off of the lead lap, but up the track he goes out of Fries's way, and Fries now going to focus in on the back end of Harrison. We'll jump back through the field as we've got a battle right here. Justin Gann, he's got the 95 and closing in on him as Michael Robinson and that 25 machine. He is the first car off of the lead lap, running just behind your 3rd place runner, Justin Gann. Drivers spread out here during this long green flag stretch. We have went through one cycle of green flag pit stops. Gonna back up from the track just a little bit, give you a view from the grandstands, let you kind of see how it all shakes out, how it all unfolds out there on track. Here you go, another battle. I told you to keep your eye on this man right here. He was gonna make his way up inside the top 10. John Wimbish running in that 56 machine. He has begun to heat up. Tommy Haynes will watch them work their way off of turn number 2 as Wimbish continues to try to close the distance. That 56 Cheerwine machine is right there. Can that Ford Mustang get the job done? We'll have to wait and see, but he has caught that 17 of Haynes. Still keeping an eye on everything through timing and scoring. Closest battle on track. This one on your screen. Driver still knows the tail. The 17 continuing to keep Wimbish behind him. And oh my, looks like we may have had some trouble. Michael Mueller, he's going to come to pit road. That's going to put Wimbish now up inside the top 10. We'll keep our eye on Mueller. As that it may have been an internal issue as Mueller pushes it behind the wall. Michael Mueller, after hanging out at the front of the field for a vast majority of the race, finds himself off track behind pit wall. His day is over. Back to the front, closest battle on track now for the third position. Danny Rogers right there closing that gap on Justin Gann there. You see him nose to tail. Nick Hunt, he's going to hit pit road this time by scheduled pit stop for Nick Hunt. And trying to jump down there to pit road, try the undercut, try to gain as much time as he can on the fresh tires. Will it work out for that double O of Nick Hunt? We'll have to wait and see how it all unfolds, race fans, as green flag pit cycles have begun yet again here at No Limit Texas Motor Speedway in the Alamo 116. And Swift Motorsports RB Rigs Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Man, what a run so far here tonight. One and only caution, lap number 3 is when that caution flag flew. We have been, well, I want to say clean and green since then, but a few drivers with some, let's call it scuffles, if you will, with the outside wall. Few drivers scraping the right side up. Few drivers having some pit road issues, getting sideways, coming to pit road, and now more drivers to pit road, this time by David Camara, Nigel Christensen on pit road, Jason Ayerson, Cade Spire, race leader John Furness, Austin Hill on a pit road that time by. That's going to give the race lead to this man. No, he's going to hit pit road. Danny Rogers is going to hit pit road. What does Freeze do? Freeze going to stay out, extend the run. Trying to look through timing and scoring, seeing what everybody's doing, seeing if anybody's doing any type of gambling, or if everybody's snatching up those fresh 4 Goodyear tires. Tommy Haynes running now in the second spot as he has continued to stay out on track. Furness coming back out of pit road. He's looking like he may rejoin the track right there around the 3rd or 4th position. And now Freeze going to come to pit road. Haynes going to take over the race lead, unless he comes to pit road this time by, and looks like he's going down through the gears. He's going to hit pit road this time. That will put us back to this man right here. He has been able to complete 2 green flag runs without giving up the race lead at the end of it. Your pole sitter coming in to tonight's Alamo 116. John Furness has opened up that gap on and off pit road. It looks like right at about 1 second faster Then the driver slotted in that second spot, Austin Hill, 43.85 seconds on and off pit road. Furness lighting it up, 42.82 on and off pit road, so just a hair over a 1 second advantage, and there you can see it. That makes a huge impact when it translates over to track time. There you can see it on the left-hand side of your screen. 2.66 second advantage held now by John Furness over Austin Hill. Nick Hunt has made his way into the third spot, and Justin Gann now back into fourth. We'll look at this battle go on right here. Gann makes his way around a few back markers. The 18 machine of KC Duncan trying all he can to make up all he can here tonight. And a big shout out to him as well, running just outside the top 10 in the 11th position. But as I already said, John Wimbish, man, what a run by this driver right here. Wimbish and that 56 Cheerwine Ford Mustang has found his way back up through the field, back inside the top 10, now running in the 9th spot. Wimbish looks to gain a little more ground before the end of tonight's race. We'll go back with the closest battle for position on track. Nick Hunt just off in front of Justin Gann. Danny Rogers slowly starting to close the distance. There you see that 9 of Rogers listed as 95 on the timing and scoring, 9 on the side of the car though. Rogers trying to get up there and take that fourth spot away from Gann, but Gann not having any of it. He's wanting to catch up and run down that 00 of Nick Hunt just off in the distance. Can they get there? And well, race fans, getting there's one thing, making the pass is another. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit, give some shout outs to a few of the drivers out there still running here tonight. Good solid run so far for this man, driver of that 20 machine, Nigel Christensen, piloting that Toyota Supra into the 15th spot as they run right now. And another big shout out to this guy right here, Brandon Fries, piloting that Ford Mustang, up 16 spots from where he started tonight's race. That Serv Pro Ford Mustang cleaning up out there on track. He's still got quite a ways to go to catch the race leader, sitting back 28 seconds behind John Furness, and that just lets you know there he is. He's right there. He is less than a straightaway away from putting Brandon Fries down one lap. And after our second round of green flag pit stops, we now have only 8 drivers left on the lead lap. Your race leader, John Furness, enjoys a 2.3 second race advantage over Austin Hill. Nick Hunt 15 seconds back. Danny Rogers 16 seconds back. Justin Gann running now in the 5th spot. He is almost 17 seconds back. 44 of Jason Ayerson also well behind the 8 ball, 21 seconds back. Cade Sayer also upwards of 20 seconds back. And once again, race fans, we'll show you the distance. There it is. The camera did not have to go very far. We'll do it for you again. There it is. Your race leader all over the 8th place runner right now on track, driver inside that Ford Serv Pro Mustang. Brandon Fries is going to have to do all he can to try to keep that 2 out in front of your race leader, continuing to try to put everybody a lap down right now, and he is doing a fine job of it, stepping away, stepping off with a 2.5 second race advantage. Your race leader, John Furness. Back to another battle on track here. You see that 9 of Danny Rogers trying to close the distance, trying to take the podium spot away from Nick Hunt. closing in. He is there. Rogers is there, jumping to the inside, looking to make the pass. Looks like he's not going to be able to get it done. We'll jump down on board with our gyro cam here as Rogers has made his way around and by Nick Hunt on the outside, back down into turn number 3 and 4. And there you can see, race fans, you can get a little bit of an idea, a little bit of a feel for the banking here at No Limits Texas Motor Speedway. Back to looking for the battles. There you see another battle beginning to unfold. Nick Hunt falling into the clutches. The 30 of Justin Gann. Can he put his Toyota Supra up into the 4th spot and look to try to run back down Danny Rogers and take the podium spot here tonight? We'll have to wait and see as it all plays out over the course of about the next 34, 35 laps or so. Ladies and gentlemen, these drivers clicking it off here tonight. Lap number 85 out of 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance already on the board. And your pole sitter, John Furness, is going to walk away with a pretty big points day, already putting a point or two in his back pocket. I'll spit it out eventually for taking the pole position here in tonight's Alamo 116. Also gonna grab a point for leading a lap. Gonna snatch another point away from the field for leading the most laps. And caution flag flies. Edward Bray. Looks like Edward Bray caught up in this one here. We'll go around. We'll see. If we can't see here what happened to Bray, there you see a ton of smoke. That 66 has seen some better days. Let's see what happened here with Bray. Oh, and it looks like slight contact between the 44 of Ayrson and the 66 gets crossed up hard into that outside wall. That is going to put an end to his night. I am sure of that. That was some very hard impact for that 66 machine. And I gotta wonder, what are these drivers gonna do here? Do they have any more Goodyear tires in the pits? All of them should be pretty good on fuel. Will we see a 2-tire strategy here? I don't believe we're going to get anybody staying out on track. I don't think anybody's willing to risk it for the biscuit here tonight. Already at this point in time with upwards of 30 laps remaining in tonight's Alamo 116. And there you have it. Your top 2 drivers break away to pit road. Multiple drivers going to have to stay out there on track. Try to get a wave around to get at least back onto the lead lap. We'll see how many of those drivers have to do so as your top 7 all to pit road this time by Brandon Fries, John Wimbish, Tommy Haynes, all staying out on track. Casey Duncan, Michael Robinson also stays out on track, so they will receive the wave around next time by. With that being said, race fans, we're going to take a brief commercial break here. Head back for all your green flag action. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Gotta be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
Trackside as some drivers elected to go ahead and come back to pit road. Few of them elected to stay out, get their wave around this time by. That's going to leave us with 10 drivers now on to the lead lap. Biggest mover of the race so far right now is driver of that 19 machine, being scored as the number 9 on track. Ford Mustang driver Brandon Freeze up, I believe it is 16 positions from where he started tonight's race. Next man closest to him as far as positions gained, Nigel Christensen, right there running in the 14th spot, up 13 spots from where he started tonight's race. As the field crosses the line, we get the 1 to go sign. Pace car lights are off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. Your starting lineup for this restart's gonna look a little something like this. Austin Hill will reassume the race lead, or John Furness will reassume the race lead. Austin Hill gonna be up on the high side just beside him in the second spot. Justin Gann right there gonna restart in third. Danny Rogers gonna restart in fourth. And it looks like nobody with a 2-tire stop. Jason Ayrson back there in the 7th spot. He's the first driver to take 2 tires. He's going to gain a little bit of ground doing that on and off of pit road. We'll have to keep our eye on him, see how that 2-tire strategy pays off. Ready to go back, green flag racing. Ford Mustang pace car ducks away, waiting for the driver to hit the loud pedal. And there you have it. Furness on the gas. Green flag flies. Once again here at Texas Motor Speedway, these drivers sail off into turn number 1. Hot on the trail of your race leader. Dominant performance so far for that Havoline Chevy Camaro leading the field. John Furness walked away with the pole here tonight, has walked away with the most laps led, and he continues to lead. Austin Hill right there in second, Danny Rogers in third, Nick Hunt fourth. And what has happened to Gann? Gann has fallen from that 3rd spot on the restart. Not getting a good jump that time by with 25 laps to go. That 30 RB Custom RIGS machine has got to make his way back up through the field. We'll go back up at the front as it's a battle once again. Furness has got Hill all over his rear deck lid. We'll take another look back from the driver at the front of the field. Take a look back at all these hungry drivers right behind him. That Toyota Supra hounding your race leader right now. Can John Furness keep that Texaco Havoline number 1 Chevy Camaro up front, out in front of the field for the Alamo 116? 23 laps now remain as Hill looks to the outside. Not going to make the move in turn 1. Furness going to continue to lead the field. Looking to the inside, run off of 2. Here comes Hill, drag race down the backstretch. Hill has the preferred line. He's going to look to the inside. Furness gets pushed to the top side. And how will that one machine run in the dirty air? Hasn't had to be in dirty air all night long. Will that be the move of the race? Will that be the move that we remember here tonight with 22 laps to go? New race leader, driver of the 61 machine, Austin Hill. Still battling for position on track. Third, fourth, fifth place. Danny Rogers, Nick Hunt, Cade Sayer right there, still all over top of each other. There you can see that 3-car train. Just behind them, Justin Gain, Jason Ayerson. They continue to battle as well. Ayerson back there in the 7th spot. Gain running in 6th now after the restart, falling 3 positions from the 3rd spot back to 6th right now. Gain trying to find a way back up inside a podium spot. And now look at this. Austin Hill starting to stretch it out, starting to gap Furness. That dirty air may be too much for the one to overcome here late in the going. Now just 20 laps remaining. That's right, race fans. We have reached the witching hour here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, where championship dreams are crushed and drivers' hopes are made. Will we see a new first-time winner at the front of the field in just his 2nd race when SwiftMotorSports can, the driver of that 61 machine, Austin Hill, put that Serve Pro machine up into victory lane? Looks like we've got a few drivers back to pit road. John Wimbish, Mike Franklin, they're both to pit road once again. Wimbish gonna fall back off of the lead lap after having to make another green flag pit stop. Him and Mike Franklin gonna lose a ton of ground and a ton of time as the field stays green flag on track. Just behind your race leader now, Austin Hill, John Furness running. Danny Rogers starting to gap Cade Sayer. And Sayer trying to make his way up into a podium spot. We'll keep our eye on this battle as it continues to unfold. Nick Hunt running just behind Sayer. Your top 5 have stepped away from the field. Justin Gann now back 1.2 seconds back from Nick Hunt, so losing some ground late in the going is Gann. Another close battle on track. There you can see Wyatt Mickelson. He's trying to run down the driver just in front of him, Nigel Christensen, and that is a battle for position on track, but a battle between 2 lap machines is one of the closest battles on track. We'll jump back with this 2-3 car scrum that continues to play out here at the front of the field for that 3rd and final podium spot. Danny Rogers has it. Cade Sayer looking to take it away. Just in front of them, John Furness has not allowed Austin Hill to step away. Just a 0.2 of a second advantage remains for Hill. Not really able to stretch it much further than that, as we have reached 15 laps to go, 14 when your race leaders cross the line this time by. There you see it, 14 laps now remaining here from Texas Motor Speedway. In more trouble for John Wimbish. He has to go back to pit road once again, and he's going to fall now outside of the top 15, slotted in the 17th position. Will he lose any more ground? We'll keep an eye on the timing and scoring. And as we close in on the end of tonight's race, do want to do a little bit of house cleaning. Started tonight's race, 26 drivers took to tonight's starting grid. We have still got 17 drivers out there running on the speedway. 9 drivers left on the lead lap. Last driver scored on the lead lap, Casey Duncan, running in that 18 machine. He was caught up in that first lap, in that first incident here tonight. Great recovery by him. Great recovery by the man just in front of him, running in the 8th spot, Brandon Fries, doing a fine job in that Ford Mustang to bring it up through the field. We're going to look at this battle as it is for the race lead right now. Can Austin Hill keep the dominant car of John Furness behind him? Furness first time running in dirty air, besides being able to cut and weave his way through lap traffic. Your top two have now stepped away from Danny Rogers. Rogers still trying to fend off Cade Spire, who's got Nick Hunt all over him. We're going to stay with this battle for first and second, though, as we make our way back into turn number 3 on lap number 11. With 11 laps to go out of the 116 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, now crossing the line. 10 laps remaining here in the Alamo 116 in the RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series, presented by SwiftMotorSports, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, race fans, go ahead, shoot these drivers a thumbs up. Let them know you appreciate all the things, all the great action that they have been giving you, not just tonight here at Texas Motor Speedway, but all week long here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And we do appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. So while you're over there clicking that thumbs up, go ahead, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the production booths, we do appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by each and every time. Crossing the line, and now just 8 laps remaining for Austin Hill. Can he reel in this race win? Hill making his debut in Swift Motorsports last night in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series back at Richmond International Raceway in the RIR 138. He walked away with a second position last night across the country. Can he improve that to the top spot? Can he walk away with a race win in just his second race of the season? Lap traffic may very well come into play. Up to the top of the track goes the 2 machine. He's not going to have any part of this battle. He's going to let it all play out, let it all unfold between these top 2 drivers who have now just absolutely smashed the field. Nick Hunt now sitting in the 3rd position. He was able to make the pass on Cade Spire as well as Danny Rogers. Rogers going to fall back to the 5th spot as Sayer makes his way by as well. We continue to watch this battle for the top spot between John Furness, your pole sitter, and Austin Hill. Justin Gann making up some spots. He's going to pass Rogers, put Gann back into the top 5. And what has happened to Rogers? Because he is losing a ton of ground. Jason Ayerson now making his way by. Rogers going to fall now back to the 7th spot, and he very well may fall off of the lead lap. High 5 last time by for driver of that 61 machine. He'll get the 4 to go as he crosses the stripe this time by. And Furness has got to do something. He has got to find a way around. There has got to be some aggravation, some frustration beginning to develop inside of that one machine. Underneath the helmet, John Furness, after leading the most laps here tonight, after walking away with the pole position, giving up the race lead with just about 20 laps remaining. Furness now starting to slide back 0.3 of a second advantage for the driver in the front of the field, Austin Hill. And as the field makes their way down the backstretch, we'll run down your top 5 once again. Austin Hill sitting in that top spot. John Furness running just behind him, now 0.2 of a second off of your race leader. 3rd place goes to Nick Hunt. Kate Sayre running in fourth, and Justin Gann round out your top 5. Popsicle Sticks at the front of the field, your race leader. 2 to go for Austin Hill. Makes his way off of turn number 4 down the back stretch 2 more times into turn number 3 for the Serve Pro Toyota Super, being piloted by Austin Hill. Can he get the job done? Furnace right there trying to run him back down, but he's running out of time. White flag flies, final lap here in tonight's Alamo 116 for Swift Motorsports RB. RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series now down the backstretch for the final time. Wimbish trying to push, trying to help all he can. Furnace not going to get there. 3-car length advantage working their way off of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air and in the hand of your race winner. Driver inside that 61 machine, making his debut here tonight in the RB RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series at Austin Hill. Gonna park it right in victory lane. Big time shout out to Hill for the move of the race, able to capture the top spot and keep Furnace behind him. Also want to give a big time shout out there to the biggest mover of the race, up 17 spots from where he started tonight. Brandon Freeze going to walk away with a top 10 in the 7th spot. Celebrating, burning it down after an exciting finish to tonight's race. Driver of that 61, Austin Hill, enjoying his race win. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to let him enjoy that race win for just a brief moment. Get things set up for our post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
back trackside here at Texas Motor Speedway as Swift Motorsports RB Riggs Custom Computers Xfinity Series has put a close to tonight's chapter for the Alamo 116. What a race it was. And let's see if we can't catch up with one of your podium finishing drivers. Let's see if we can't catch in a quick word with the driver walking away in third here tonight in the double O, Nick Hunt. Dave in the booth, you got a copy?
We got you.
Hey, my man, another podium finish here for you. The double O is making it a habit of coming up here in the production booth after these races.
Well, that's a good thing, ain't it?
Absolutely. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, that Popeyes machine didn't make it here last night, but we'll take this one.
Well, we should have been there last night.
Well, my man, two different tracks. Last time you were on the track in the Xfinity cars down there, Homestead, Miami Speedway. Talk about the differences in how you approach tonight's race here at this fast-banked Texas Motor Speedway.
Well, actually, I didn't get to practice a whole lot. I did a little bit today, so the tires really went away pretty quick. That was my problem tonight. After about 12, 13 laps, I couldn't keep up with the leaders. I don't know. They doing something that I'm not doing, but I couldn't. I was burning them off somehow or another, and I couldn't keep up. I was hanging right there around fifth. You know, Danny Rogers had some bad luck right there at the end. His internet connection dropped him or something happened. So that's what put me up to third. So I hate that happened to him, but you know, we got to take it how we can get it. But I wasn't quite there to be up with those leaders, but I'll take a podium finish. It's a good finish.
Well, Nick, it's been a pleasure talking to you so far throughout the season. Last time we talked a few nights ago, last week I believe it was, coming out of the hospital, or 2 weeks ago coming out of the hospital with everything. So, you know, going to take a moment. How you doing? How you feeling after all of that?
I'm slowly feeling better. I can't do anything. I'm just real weak. You know, can't really get out. When I try to get out and do anything, I just can't do it. It's just, I don't know. It's just really sapped my energy. But if I feel fine, you know, as long as I just take it easy. So I guess that's what it's going to take. It's going to take some time. But other than that, I'm doing good.
All right. Well, you know, as always, we love the race results, but we love to know that our drivers are well and doing well. So hats off when kicking COVIDs, and I'll leave it at that. And congratulations on a solid podium finish here tonight, walking away in the third place. Before we let you go, Nick, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that Supra?
Well, I just want to say thank you to Turn 3 for broadcasting these things. Do a good job. Enjoy talking to you. And Swift Motorsports, Justin Gann, Andy Starcher, Don Kidder. And depends, you know, guard your manhood. I was ready for a fuel mileage race tonight. I had me a couple of Depends all saturated with some gas, and it didn't come down to a fuel mileage race. But hey, we'll take them however we can get them.
Well, you can squeeze them on out and start the campfire here tonight, because we're coming to party down there in the infield.
10-4.
All right, my man. Well, once again, we'll catch up with you a little bit further through the season, and congratulations once again on a solid podium finish here tonight.
All right, thank you.
There you have it. Final few parting words from the driver walking away in the third position here tonight. That was the double O of Nick Hunt. Now let's see if we can't catch in a few words with the driver that walked away with the pole position, walking away in the second place here tonight. Driver of that one machine, John Furness, is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, I got you.
Hey, bud, a little bit of heartache, so to speak, after leading the most laps here tonight, not able to capture the flag at the end of it. Man, how you feeling after a solid run, just coming up a hair bit short?
Well, I gotta be honest, not the greatest. I feel like I kind of gave one away there, but you know, all in all, it's good night, good run. I enjoy these races when they go green flag. Then you really get to drive the thing. So probably should have brought home the checker flag tonight, but I made a decision there to not run too hard and at the beginning of the run, and it kind of cost me there at the end. So we'll try again. Actually, I won't be here next week, but the week after that, we'll get one of these things. We've been running good every week, so we'll get ours eventually.
Well, John, not to rub any salt in the wounds here, but gotta talk about the dirty air. Was that the deciding factor late in the race after you were passed? Was the dirty air that big of a factor and kept you back where you just couldn't quite get there?
Yeah, exactly what it was, and these a lot of these race tracks on here right now are really just one groove wide, so it makes it tough to pass. But we had a good car. We did a good job saving tires all night, and honestly, I could see that he was pressing hard at that last restart, like he was in the other couple restarts, and he made a good decision to press hard and try and get that lead because he had been battling that dirty air all night. And then I was just riding back there till about 12 to go, I think. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting and saving my tires, and I could see he was getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And then I made a move to come up to the back, but I could only get so close. It was like a buffer, like about a tenth and a half. Like once you got up there, it would just push so bad. Wasn't much um, that I could really do. So yeah, I'd like to go back in time and race a little harder at the beginning part of that last stint there, and stayed in that clean air, and probably could have brought one home tonight. But there will be other races. But I want to say congrats to Austin. That was a good run he had. He and I think, were the class of the field tonight. So again, congrats to him. He made a wise decision and deserved to bring home the win tonight.
Well, John, again, heartbreak, heartache, but I'm sure we'll see this one machine back in a podium spot and in victory lane before the end of the season. So, congratulations on a great points day here tonight, walking away with a handful of points with the pole position, leading the most laps, and a second place. So, congratulations and everything you got done here tonight. Before we let you go off in the sunset, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on the side of that car?
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting and the admins for putting this whole deal together. It's a good league to run in. Got a lot of good members, and I have a great time coming out here every Wednesday night. Um, so, yeah, we'll be back. We'll get ours eventually here. We've been running good every week, so I'm sure the wins will come sooner than later. But I'd like to thank Team North Sports Racing for everything they do. These guys are great, and glad to be a part of their deal they got going on there. We've got a couple of sponsors like Butt Kicker, Crockett Creek Beef Jerky, and Next Level Racing. So big thanks to those guys. Shout out to everybody that helps support the team, and we'll be back. We'll be back to try again.
All right, my man. Well, we'll look to catch up with you in 2 weeks when we see you back at the track.
Appreciate it.
There you have it, race fans. Final words from the driver walking away in the second position here tonight. That was the one of John Furness. Now let's see if we can't catch in a few words with the driver of the hour. Man of the moment, walking away with the race win in just his second appearance here in Swift Motorsports. Austin Hill is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, man, walking away with the race win, as I just said, only your second appearance here in Swift Motorsports. You kind of alluded to your strengths last night on the broadcast. Here, you proved that to be true, walking away with the race win on a mile and a half. How you feeling after capturing the flag?
Yeah, I think it was a really good race tonight. We didn't have very many cautions. You got to see a lot of green flag pit stops, and you got to see kind of how the race played out. And there at the end, it just kind of worked out in our favor, having that late race caution with 30 to go or so. And I knew that my only chance at trying to beat John was to really be aggressive on that restart, really pressure him and try to get to the lead. Just seemed like in dirty air tonight, it was really tough. You would get really tight behind somebody, and it would kind of burn up your right front tire. That's kind of one of the reasons why he kept driving away from me throughout a run, is because I could stay kind of with him for a little while, but with that dirty air, it would just start to get tighter and tighter and start lose the right front. So I knew my only hope was to get to the lead and to try to just keep him behind me, and hopefully that dirty air disturbed him enough to where he couldn't get back around me. And sure enough, that's what happened. So felt really good to get the win tonight. I thought we were gonna end up second again like we did last night, but we were able to pull through and get it done.
Well, in our talks last night, we said, room to improve, second place. Can you get it to the first spot? You did so tonight. Where do you go from here? Do you look for just stacking race wins, or are you going to start maybe points racing, looking further down the road at that championship trophy?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to points race if I'm wanting to try to make it into the chase, because I ended up missing the first two races of the Xfinity and the Truck Series, so I wasn't here the last 2 weeks. So like you said, this is my first week here, so definitely got to stack up the points. So just nice solid finishes. Don't do anything crazy. And I think the biggest thing, as long as I can finish inside the top three each and every week, I should be able to sneak inside the point system and have a shot at this championship here at the end. But tonight just was our night. It just unfolded the way we needed it to. Felt like John was definitely faster than we were, especially when he was out front. But it just went to show that clean air meant everything tonight. And I thought that once I got clean air, I could maybe hold him off. And sure enough, it just all worked out for our Surf Pro Toyota Supra.
All right, Austin. Well, once again, congratulations on a great run here tonight. We'll see if we can't have a back-to-back situation here when we head to Chicagoland next week here in the Swift Motorsports RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. Before we let you go and enjoy this race win for the rest of the night, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on the side of that car?
Well, I will say that Chicagoland is probably one of my favorite racetracks to run on iRacing, so I'm really excited about going there next week and see if I can get the job done. But yeah, just gotta give thanks to the Great House and Surf Pro and everybody at Forks Racing for letting me do this and being on their team. So we have a really strong and really good team. A lot of our guys finished up front tonight, so we have a lot of good things going right now, and we just got to keep on going and just see if we can just have solid finishes. It'd be nice to go on a win streak, but biggest thing is just get some solid finishes throughout these next couple weeks. So we're just going to try to keep that up and having fun over here at Swift Motorsports. So it's been really fun running with you guys.
All right, there you have it. Austin Hill, your race winner in just his second appearance here in Swift Motorsports. Man, what a way to make a splash. What a way to debut here in your first race in the RIGS Custom Computers Xfinity Series. There you see that 16 Serve Pro piloted by Austin Hill, parked on that checkered flag. Race winner, the 61 of Austin Hill. Man, oh man, race fans, what a night it was for us here tonight at Turn 3 Racing Network. Heck of a run by everybody out there on the track. Only 2 caution flags flying here tonight. One very early, one with about 30 laps remaining. A lot of great green flag running out there. 2 green flag pit cycles took place here tonight. So what a run it was. Man, great racing here in Swift Motorsports. And oh, looks like producers hitting the buttons. You know what that sound means. You know what time it is, race fans. Time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the top spot in victory lane, the 61 of Austin Hill. Finishing in second here tonight, the 1 of John Furness was not able to capture the flag after taking the pole position, but a solid run finishing in the second spot. Third place goes to the 00 of Nick Hunt. Cade Sayer gonna slot home in the 4th spot. Justin Gann walking away with the final spot in the top 5. Jason Harrison right there in the 44 machine gonna slot home in 6th. Brandon Freeze gonna finish in 7th. 8th place goes to Danny Rogers. Tommy Haynes in the 17 gonna be first car off the lead lap in the 9th position. And rounding out your top 10 for tonight's Alamo 116, Michael Robinson. KC Duncan gonna finish in the 11th spot. Nigel Christensen bringing his 20 home in the 12th spot. Wyatt Mickelson gonna finish in 13th. Mike Franklin in 14th. Brian Jablonski right there in the 07 gonna finish in 15th spot. The 62 of Stephen Ayers Jr. gonna slot home in 16th. John Wimbish with some trouble here tonight finishes 5 laps off of the lead lap in the 17th spot. The 2 of Bob Deuce gonna pilot that machine into the 18th spot here tonight. Finishing in 19th, Edward Bray. David Cameron bringing his 10 home in the 20th spot. 21st goes to Jonathan Cogswell. David Camara in the 22 machine right there in the 02, finishing in the 22nd spot. Michael Mueller, after hanging out at the front of the field for a vast majority of tonight's race, had some trouble in finishes tonight in the 23rd spot. Jim Ott gonna bring that 4 home in 24th. Lee Staples, pancakes the car off of the outside wall early here tonight. He'll finish tonight in 25th. And rounding out the field in tonight's Alamo 116, driver of that 33 machine, Terry Kahn. Big shout out to the admins up there in race control. Darren Clement, Don Kidder. Hats off. Appreciate everything you do, keeping everything smooth out there on the track for all these Swift Motorsports RB RIGS custom computers, Xfinity drivers. With that being said, race fans, that's about all she wrote here from Texas Motor Speedway. What a race week it has been here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for Swift Motorsports. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new year, but let's stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.